Willkommen. So this is vocabulary for Deutsch Aktuell 1, Kapitel 10. German 1 of the Deutsch Aktuell book, and it's chapter 10. So we'll begin with Lektion A, section A, and you should either be on 354 or 307. The smaller numbers are always 5th and 6th edition. The higher numbers are always 7th edition. Right. So first of all, we're talking about sports and hobbies. On the question, welche Sportart treibst du? So treiben means to do something. When we ask it with sports, it's like, what sports do you participate in? Welche Sportart treibst du? And then here are some things you could play. Ich spiele Eishockey. Ich spiele Volleyball. We also have in the older edition, ich spiele Tischtennis, and ich spiele Golf. And then we also have ich gehe joggen, because it's barred in, it gets the J sound and not the Y. And then was magst du sonst noch gern? What else do you like to do? And here are some other things you might like to do. Ich laufe gern Schlittschuh. Ich wandere gern. Ich bastle gern. And then was möchtest du? What would you like? Ich möchte einen Tennisschläger. Ich wünsche mir neue Skier, and sie schenken tolle Sachen. Now, if you have a 5th or 6th edition, I want you to look at the sentence I just read with Tennisschläger. Ich möchte einen Tennisschläger. In my copy of the 5th edition book, there is a missing T. It has M-O umlaut C-H-E. And it should be M-O umlaut C-H-T-E, möchte, for the Ich möchte einen Tennisschläger. So just double check that if you have the older edition. All right, now 369, 369 oder 321, 321. Ooh, one thing. If you have a 7th edition, pop back over to 355. Look at the handsome young man in the picture at the top of 355. Look at the arrow that is pointing to his forehead. It says, in my edition, it says D-S-T-I-M, Stimm. That should be S-T-I-R-N. I think somebody was typing, they saw the R-N together, they thought it was an M. So that's just a typo. It's die Stirn. So that's only for 7th edition people, right? In the 5th and 6th editions, the picture is on 308 and it is spelled correctly. Now turn to 369 or 321 for Lektion B, section B, vocabulary. So this is parts of the body, right? There are 2 things I want to show you that are different, and you see them on the slide here. First of all, das Haar is what the old book gives you. That is correct, but that is one strand of hair, right? Das Haar, just one piece of hair. And then die Haare is given to you here on the slide, and if you're in the 7th edition, you have that in your book. Now, when Germans talk about fixing their hair or washing their hair, they actually say die Haare, that they're washing the hairs, which is more correct than what we say, right? We say I'm washing my hair, but we don't mean one strand, we mean all of it. So Germans are very precise with that they say Haare. So I wanted to just, one book just has the singular, one book has the plural. Wanted to give you both, all of them, like let everyone have both the singular and the plural, and let you know that when you're combing your hair or washing your hair, you use the plural form Haare. The other thing is der Rücken, which is your back. Now, I'm going to read the list. In the older edition, someone just picked a random way to list the body parts. And then in the newer edition, there is a different random way to list the body parts. I have gone through the list. Other than that, with the hair and the back, they're the same list, but the words are not in the same order. I don't know why. So I'll just read to you. All right. Oh, I'm going to read from 7th edition. Die Körperteile, der Kopf, die Haare, das Auge, das Ohr, die Nase, der Mund, der Zahn, die Lippe, das Kinn, der Hals, die Stirn, die Schulter, der Arm, die Hand, der Finger, der Rücken, das Bein, der Fuß. All right, now talking about soccer related topics. So first of all, we have der Ball braucht noch etwas Luft. Okay, then look at this one. Probieren wir ihn aus. And it tells you in parentheses that it's talking about the ball. So why would we call the ball ihn? Where did that word come from as a pronoun to replace the ball? Here's where. Der Ball is masculine. When we're trying it out, the ball is our direct object. So this masculine word, if it were a subject, would be replaced with er. When it is a direct object, it's replaced with ihn. Okay, so the gender of the pronoun must match the gender of the noun that it is replacing. Next, schieß ihn mal zu mir. So like shoot the ball to me, schieß ihn mal zu mir. Pass auf and spielen wir weiter. So notice a few things there. Those 4 last sentences are all imperatives. Probieren wir, that's the let us do it form. Schieß ihn, right? There's a do form. You took off the en and you don't say do. Pass auf, again, you took off the en, you don't say do. And spielen wir weiter. There's another let us do it, where we take the subject and the verb, like we play, and we swap them, spielen wir, and we get the imperative form. All right, next, expressing things. Oh, mein Kopf. Das tut mir leid. Now, I do also want to just point out to you on this that in the older edition, light is capitalized. In the newer edition, light is not capitalized. Das tut mir leid literally means like it does me sorrow or it causes me suffering. So light is a noun, but leid tun is a verb. And so it looks to me like in the years between the publication of these editions that German has sort of changed its capitalization rules on that word. So I've tried to make sure that the key will accept either a capital L or a small l as you're completing your work. If you find that you put in one or the other and the key doesn't take it, send me an email, I'll fix it. All right, next. The next question is, does it hurt? Now, if I'm saying does it hurt, I think I'm asking you, does it hurt? So, tut es dir weh? But if you have the newer edition, 7th edition, on my copy, it says tut es mir weh. And I'm pretty sure that MIR is supposed to be dir weh. So the hurting is, does it cause pain to you? Tut es dir weh. Right? So it doesn't make sense to me to say, oh, like, tut es mir weh, is it hurting me? I probably am going to know if it's hurting me. All right, and then es geht mir schon viel besser. I'm already feeling much better. All right, now 375, 375 oder 327, 327. So there's a few differences here, few additions, and it's really, this is a chapter on well-being, das Wohlbefinden, exercise, fitness. So you have allgemein, Fitnessstudio, inline skates, joggen gehen. So ich gehe joggen, Körper, körperlich, leid tun. And I put this here in writing that it, the older correct way was light tune, two separate words, and a capital L, but now it seems that it's changed to light tune as all one word with a small L. Das Wohlbefinden, das Yoga, and Zeichnen is drawing. Now, let me read the long list. I just wanted to point out those few additions for those with an older copy of the book. Okay, Abitur. So Abitur says final examination, and inside it says Gymnasium. So Gymnasium is a college prep high school. And in Germany, when you finish high school, then in each subject, you actually take a comprehensive exam. So like as you finish your senior year, you could take a math exam that could cover any math from any of your years of high school. Or if you took, like if you were studying English, you would take an English exam that covered any English from all of your years of high school, or any history from all of your years of high school. And if this is starting to sound stressful to you, it is very stressful to German high school students. But that very important final exam is called the Abitur. And then Gymnasium is not a place to exercise. It is the word for it, college prep high school. Allgemein, aufpassen, and aufpassen is a separate prefix verb. It's one of those that comes apart. Auge, ausprobieren, same thing. Let's try it out. Okay, ausprobieren. Ball, basteln, Bein, Beispiel. On the example, zum Beispiel, for example, Bundesliga, Deutsche, direct, Eishockey, 11 meter. That's a penalty kick. It literally is an 11 meter kick. Das Ende, and then the little phrase zu Ende sein means that something is over. Fahne, Finger, Fitnessstudio, faulen, Fuß, Fußballplatz, gewinnen, Haare, Halbzeit, Hals, Hand. And then the little phrase, sich die Hände geben. So when you're shaking hands, Germans are basically saying, we give each other our hand. Im Bestand, Inline Skates, Jogging gehen, jubeln, Kinn, Köpfen, Körper, körperlich, Körperteil, leid tun, and the very important, es tut mir leid, letzt, Leute, Lieblingsmannschaft, Lippe, Luft, manche, Mannschaft, meist, Mund, Nase, Nationalsport, Nummer, Ohr, passieren, plötzlich, Radfahren, Rücken, Schinken, schießen, Schlittschuhlaufen, schreien, Schulter, schwenken, Ski, and the plural of a ski is Skier, sondern, and then that phrase, nicht nur, sondern auch, is not only, but also. Spiel, Spieler, Sportart, Stadion. Look at the plural of stadium. One is a Stadion, more than one is Stadien, a very unusual way to make a plural. Statistik, Stirn, Tempo, Tennisschläger, Tor, Torwart, treiben, verlassen, verschieden, versuchen, Volleyball, wandern, wehtun. So you notice that leidtun and wehtun work the same way. Leidtun is to be sorry for something. Wehtun is that something hurts, but both of them are going to command a dative. So es tut mir leid, Technically, it does sorrow to me, but it's how I say I'm sorry. And tut es dir weh, does it do pain to you or does it hurt? Weiterspielen. And weiterspielen is a separable prefix verb. So the whole weiter comes off the front of spielen. Wohlbefinden, wünschen. And notice the little SICH. As you memorize wünschen, memorize sich, wünschen. We'll figure out what to do with those. Yoga, Zahn, zeichnen, and Zuschauer.